Hello everyone, Teacher here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Guardsmen once again because Snowpoint has listened and they already taken action. So if you're ready, let's take a closer look.
Impurity shall be our armor, hate shall be our weapon, immortality shall be our reward.
So what you can see on the right side of the screen are the Guardsmen stats. So this is how they were before and how they are now. And as I suggested, maybe a 33% decrease, and I was pretty accurate because they have decreased it by 30%. So, as you can see, uncommon health goes from 150 to 100, and so on and so forth. But the most important is actually the epic, which is for those of us who queue at the lower levels, where there's only one epic. Going from 685 damage to 260 is now way more manageable. And also the rare ones, like uncommons, they're there to a buffer to make sure you cannot go in with one or two maybe, but you have to invest 3 or 4 in your squad, and that way you can still get a job done. But it's definitely cool. Also, as you might see, there's something new up here, and I have unlocked Asmodai, and I am working on him. Now, I jumped on the offer because I calculated based on how many shards I would be getting left, and then using him in Onslaught, getting his um, shards that way, I would actually be quite close to getting him to a legendary level at that point, and I figured that would be really, really nice. Now, as you can see, I don't have that many rare, but well, that will come. So if we compare to like Asriel, who I'm still getting there, so but that's really nice, and I think these two will work well together as a great defensive squad. And I know I mentioned this in a previous video, but if you had Sarquel unlocked at the same time, and he's actually down here, the fourth one, Thaddeus Noble, like I'm even considering farming Thaddeus Noble just to get it, um, just to get him unlocked, like those four, and then you could combine with anyone, but most ideally a healer you could combine it with, and that would be a pretty nice squad, or you would combine it with an Overwatch. So yeah, that is how it is. Also, I would love to go in and show you the actual setup for Guild War, but we are currently in the planning process for our upcoming, and we changed a little bit around in based off location and who we might place where, so I cannot show you that, but we're gonna be trying something new in DK Crew, just for the fun of it, because we are queued at the lowest level, and we wanna make sure that everyone can enjoy and feel they contribute with their teams. But honestly, we felt that we discovered that our opponent did one thing that you shouldn't do, and that is they basically loaded really front heavy. Now, before this nerf to the or adjustment, it was actually a pretty nice tactic to do. Just front load your heaviest one, and then if they can power through, well, that's it. But now, spread it out a little bit more. You might front load some. I wouldn't never front load like in the first line on the front lines for the 10k. I would hide someone in maybe one in the second line. Like let's say you have 3 average on the front line. Normally, you would try to make them go for the weakest one, and then if you made it so you could go for the strongest one and then hide behind there because something, okay, the strongest one isn't that strong, so we might as well punch through there, and then they run into your biggest target. That could be an interesting way to go about it, but otherwise, of course, make sure you have HQ, Vox, and Medicare. Make sure you have those secured and try to make them take a long way, honestly. Or you could gamble and say, you know what, we're just gonna load the two sides, and then we're gonna load a little bit in the middle and just hope they don't go that way. It is what it is, but it's definitely the tactical aspect that I really like. So yeah, as when I am working on him, as I'm getting Angrax to silver free, that should maybe be Thursday. Today's Tuesday, so if I'm lucky, Thursday I can have him at silver free, and then we'll see. He should be gold before the next legendary event, which is the 14th of May, I believe. And the reason why I'm pushing Angrax to gold is because of his passive, which I'm also gonna invest into, so he can just get near to a spawning point and then just stand there and just make work with it that way. I'm really wanting to make a full gold team like these 5 here, but also at the same time I want my Dark Angels to work because I think that will be a really awesome team for most things, but especially these 3 with Thaddeus Noble, who starts is actually really nice. And if you do have unlocked, maybe just get her to bronze if you have been lucky with a pull, and then use Celestine because she can jump basically anywhere on the map. So yeah, she deals extra damage and she may jump anywhere. This is really cool, and I hope that it's possible to jump around because that way you could actually avoid the guardsmen. So someone with a lot of movement, make sure you do that. Orcs, I really like them. I have to go back and get these Grabbaraka and my Necrons up and running. But yeah, that was just a very short video that the Cadian Guardsmen have been balanced and we got 800 Guild War tokens. It might not be a lot to some people, but I actually think just the fact that it was raised on Sunday, the point, and then they took all of Monday, looked in, read through the comments, and implemented in the game, so we don't feel that this Guild Wars Season 2 is already ruined. That we still have things to play for, and I really like the fact that Snowpoint are that active, and then they say, okay, you know what, we messed up, here, have a reward. Some might just have sent out 100 or something like that, 200, at most 500, I would have imagined if they said there would be a compensation, but the fact that they gave us 800, that is really cool. So yeah, I really like the way that Snowpoint are doing this, and they made a great announcement on their Discord, different feedback, etc. And of course, we will try to get it right after the end of current season. But these stats are what it's gonna be for the remainder of the season. So now you know what you have to work with, and that's just really amazing. And it allows planning and knowing what you got to face, and set your teams accordingly. And best of luck in your guild wars, everyone. And I'll see you all next video.